What's up, y'all? Advance here. So, I figured I'd weigh in on this situation of the video series of the random man from Atlanta. So, the random man from Atlanta is the latest guy, or Pookie, or Ray Ray, or street dude, or whatever you want to classify him as, to hit the internet and say that he had 7 kids with 7 baby mamas. Alright, well, in his video he said 6. But in any case, let's break this down. So it started off with this woman going on TikTok and talking about this guy who was only identified as the random man from Atlanta, and talking about how he left her, convinced her to move from Atlanta to Chicago, or maybe it was Detroit. It was one of those northern cities. I think it was Chicago. And they was there for some time, and then he left her and went back to Atlanta and moved in with his ex. And yeah, so surface level sounds like the surface level. That sounds bad, you know, like why the fuck you moved her away from her support system and this, that, and that. But like when she had her child, she was going through postpartum, which from what I understand can be a bitch. So yeah, so I'm not gonna because that will, like, because it's like the whole separation from the child and everything. It could cause a very extreme depression, you know. And from the outside looking in, if you're a man, you're not a woman, and you haven't gone through it, you wouldn't understand it. So I'm just gonna like give her the benefit of the doubt. But what I won't excuse is what I'm about to explain now. So she goes on TikTok and tells this story, and she masses millions of views, well over 1 million followers. Was it millions? It was well over 1 million views, well over 1 million followers, right? So she's telling this story, and there's more people that's coming on, and they're vibing with it, and they're sympathizing with it. 1, because it's a child that's not being taken care of. 2, it's a woman that's struggling to do it on her own. And 3, the women that are sympathize with her because they are in her exact same situation. Maybe not exact same situation, but like, these are women that have like dudes that are involved with 3+ baby mamas. So yeah. So they amassed this following, and she put out a couple of videos explaining, giving parts 2 and 3 of the situation. Then the baby dad himself, or the random man from Atlanta himself, responded, and he provided some receipts. So he basically said, like, yeah, I have been sending my daughter money. I sent her a total of $16,000. And this guy admitted that, he's in the streets. I'm not gonna get into details of what that means. If you know, then you know. Like, he's in the streets. He's into the streets. And she knows that he's into the streets because that's the type of shit that she likes, according to him. So continuing on, they're talking about he talks about how, like, she's still on him, or she texted him. That was another thing. He put the screenshots up, texting, saying, her saying, hey, I miss you, I love you, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. But she holds. Now, that's okay. If you miss your ex, you miss your child's father, cool. That's okay. It's only natural. Y'all created a life together. But don't be on this side of the internet, trying to play it like, he's trash, and you done with him, and this, that, and the other, and you just over it already. No, I don't excuse that. No, not at all. Like, if you miss him, keep it a band and say that you miss him, but don't but don't trash him at the same time, because then it just looks like, okay, you just on the internet looking for sympathy now. But in any case, we're gonna move on. We're gonna proceed on. So this has caused several different other people to react to this situation, and sorry, pressure build up. Anyway, yeah. So this caused several different people to react to this situation, and including one woman who, so one guy was reacting to the whole like the Cash App situation, because he was putting he apparently he was sending the mother, he was putting money on their Cash App information, and she responded and said, well, he has the Cash App card, so whatever he puts in there, he spends. And I'm like, all right, that kind of holds some weight, you know, because like, how many times have you put money into your savings and had to draw off of it? But at the same time, Cash App got this little function, right, to where you can deactivate your card. Also, they have this thing where, you know, you can get them to send you a new card. I'm just saying. Yeah, see, sound effects came right on point. But yeah, so the guy called BS on that, and he's again, this is no like excuse to the dude or whatnot, but like, nah, man, you gotta, yeah. But he provided the receipts. He was like, oh, she's saying that I'm trash and I'm this and I'm that, and you know, and this is like a month-long thing, but just as early as June or July, you know, this story's old. It's about a month or so old. So just as soon as June, late June, early July, she was telling me that she missed me. So yeah, so you know, at that point, all right, yeah, I kind of feel dude, like, cause he had to go and like, you know, not really clear his name, but you know, explain himself. So, in any case, moving on. So then this caused somebody else, a couple of other people to react to this. There's one woman was explaining with the situations between each and every baby mama, which turns out to be 7 in total, right? With 8, 9, and 10, quote unquote, currently loading. So yeah, that's crazy. And that sparked somebody else to react to the situation, because this had this situation had sparked a thread, a deadbeat daddy thread that said, hey, post your deadbeat dads or whatnot. And she was basically like scrolling through all the pictures, and all of the pictures are dudes that project irresponsibility, right? So yeah, it's you know, they project irresponsibility. So the whole thing, she's just flipping through all of these pictures saying, what about this says active father? What about this says responsible father? What about this says permanent attachment? Or what about this says stable relationship? You know, and again, it's not getting into a point where, you know, you're victim blaming or victim bashing, but you know, it's accountability, you know. So like, now there is a very small percentage of women that walk into a situation like this and don't see it coming, right? That's that's okay. That, you know, they're not talking to those women, but to the women that do go into these situations, like they really think that they're anime protagonists. like I'm the special one. I'm the exception to the rule. You know, like I'm gonna be the one that's gonna change him. I'm the one that he's gonna come back to. That's gonna make him want to settle down and be a good dad. Like, no, yo, like you gotta look at the sign, because chances are the point that the woman was trying to make is that chances are these dudes showed you that they're not good, that they weren't gonna do the right thing, you know. And then women like these will then want a stable guy. Chances are he was the guy that they looked over for the dude that knocked him up. They want that guy to come along and pick up the pieces and save them, and then play Prince Charming. But, you know, like what Kevin Samuels said, you're not dating Russell Wilson in high school. So, yeah, unfortunately, everybody looks for Future. You know, because they want that bad boy image. They want that equals fun to them, you know? It equals excitement, keeping them on their toes, or, you know, and being responsible and staying home, not running around with 17 different women, you know, is viewed as boring, you know? So, yeah, it's boring, you know? Structure and responsibility is boring. While, meanwhile, yeah, yeah, like irresponsibility and no structure is wildly, you know, spontaneous, and, you know, it's spontaneous and exciting, you know. So, yeah, basically the point that they was making is that, like, y'all choose these types of dudes, you know, looking for excitement, or thinking that it's just going to be a favorable situation because you say it's going to be a favorable situation, but it's not. Point I'm trying to make is, like, these are the guys that get the results. These are the guys that make the rules, and situations like this are the reason why there's more and more supervillains being created every day. What are supervillains? Good guys that go bad and treat women like objects, that end up going into that Pookie Ray Ray mindset. You know, nowadays it's called red pill. I call them ragers, you know, because, yeah, the whole red pill community is basically, like, at surface level, it's supposed to be about male self-improvement. But, yeah, in any case, those are my thoughts. What are your thoughts about this whole situation revolving around the random man in Atlanta? Do you think he's right? Do you think he's wrong? Do you think the children's mothers are right? Do you think they're wrong? Put your comments in the comment section down below. We're going to chop it up. My name's Advance. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on everything. I'm out.